All right, welcome. Today, we are going to tackle a topic that, let's be honest, trips up a lot of people. The world of negative numbers. We're going on a little tour of this negative world, and my goal is to turn all that confusion you might have into total confidence. So, let's jump right in.
First things first, if you've ever felt like the rules for negative numbers are just completely random and impossible to remember, you are definitely not alone. I mean, why on earth does subtracting a negative somehow turn into a positive? It feels so backward, right? But I promise there's a really simple way to think about it that makes it all click.
And here it is. This is the big secret. The best way to finally get integers isn't to just memorize a bunch of abstract rules. Nope, it's to think about something we all understand perfectly: money. Every single thing we're going to talk about today, we're going to frame it in terms of gaining or losing cash.
Okay, so here's how it works. It's this simple. Positive numbers, that's money in your pocket. It's income. Negative numbers, that's money you owe someone. It's debt. So think about a problem like -5 plus 3. That just means you have a $5 debt, but then you get $3. So you're still in debt, but now it's only a $2 debt. The answer? -2. See? Simple.
Okay, our first stop on this tour is what I like to call the addition battleground. This is where positive and negative numbers really face off, and we're about to figure out who comes out on top.
When you're adding, it really just boils down to two scenarios. If the signs are the same, think of it like they're on the same team, working together. But if the signs are different, oh, it's a battle. Let's break down both.
The same signs rule is honestly the easy one. If you gain $3 and then you gain $4 more, you've gained $7. Makes sense. And in the same way, if you have a $3 debt and you add another $4 debt, well, now you're just deeper in debt. You have a $7 debt. You just combine them and keep whatever sign they had.
Now, for the fun part. When the signs are different, you gotta picture it like a fight. You've got your income, your positive number, fighting against your debt, the negative number. The side with the bigger number, let's call it the heavier number, that's the one that wins the fight, and it gets to decide if the final answer is going to be positive or negative.
So let's take -8 plus 5. Okay, who's heavier here, the 8 or the 5? It's the 8, for sure. And since the 8 is negative, our answer has to be negative. The debt won the battle. Then you just find the difference between them. 8 minus 5 is 3. So our final answer is -3. Which makes perfect sense with our money analogy, right? You had an $8 debt, you paid off $5 of it, and you're left with a $3 debt.
All right, moving on. Subtraction can feel like this whole other beast. But what if I told you there's a secret passage, a little cheat code that turns every subtraction problem into an addition problem, which we already know how to do?
I mean, this is the classic. This is the kind of problem that makes people's heads spin. 4 minus -2. That double negative, what does that even mean? It looks so confusing, but trust me, this cheat code we're about to learn makes it incredibly simple.
And here's the crazy part. Get ready for this. From this moment forward, I want you to decide that you will never subtract integers again. I'm serious, we're just not going to do it. Instead, we're just going to rewrite the problem into something way, way friendlier.
And here it is, the cheat code. It's called KCC. It stands for Keep, Change, Change. It's just a simple 3-step trick. First, you keep the first number exactly as it is. Don't touch it. Second, you change the subtraction sign to an addition sign. And third, you change the sign of the second number to its opposite.
So let's try KCC on that tricky problem from before. 4 minus -2. Okay, step 1, we keep the 4. Step 2, we change the minus sign to a plus sign. And step 3, we change the -2 to a +2. And just like that, our new problem is 4 plus 2, which is obviously 6. It works every single time, and it makes sense, doesn't it? Taking away a debt is the same thing as gaining money.
Okay, deep breath. We're making a big transition now. Forget everything about money, forget about battles. We are entering a completely different territory, multiplication and division. And the good news? The rules here are so much simpler.
Honestly, there are only 2 rules, and they work for both multiplication and division. It's this easy. If the signs of the 2 numbers are the same, so 2 positives or 2 negatives, the answer is always positive, period. If the signs are different, the answer is always negative. That's it. That's the whole thing. And just look at how clean this is. Positive times a positive is positive. We've known that one for years. But here's the famous one. A negative times a negative is also positive. Then, if the signs are different, like a positive times a negative, the result is always, always negative. The only thing you have to ask yourself is, do the signs match or not?
And hey, if you need a quick way to remember this, here's a really fun little trick using a tic-tac-toe board. Just draw the grid, fill the main diagonal with plus signs, and then fill every other empty spot with minus signs. Now, if you want to multiply, say, a negative times a negative, just cover up 2 of the negative signs. The sign that's left uncovered is your answer. In this case, it's a positive. It's a neat little visual that works for any combination.
Okay, we've nearly reached our final destination. We've learned the rules of the road for the negative world, but now we have to talk about the common tourist traps, those simple little mistakes that can totally send you in the wrong direction.
This, right here, is the #1 mistake people make. It's confusing the addition rules with the multiplication rules. For addition, you have to remember our money analogy. A $3 debt plus a $4 debt just means you have a $7 debt, so -7. But for multiplication, a -3 times a -4, well, the signs are the same, so the answer is +12. You have to keep these two worlds separate in your mind.
So here it is, your own personal integer travel guide. Your main takeaways. Number 1, for any addition or subtraction problem, just think about money, debt, and income. Number 2, for subtraction specifically, use that KCC cheat code to turn it into an easy addition problem. And finally, number 3, for multiplication and division, just remember those super simple sign rules and use the tic-tac-toe trick if you ever get stuck.
And that's it. You have made it all the way through the negative world, and you've come out smarter on the other side. You seriously have the tools now to handle any integer problem that gets thrown your way. So the only question left is, now that you have this power, what are you going to solve next?